Hey guys, Rowan from Study TV. The point of this short video is to highlight a couple of key things you need to take into account when formatting your study notes. Now, in a previous video I've covered the 3-point structure that you need to use to create study notes. The point of this video is to actually explain, when you've created your study notes, how you need to format and organise them to make them highly conducive to memory retention. The first point, and an overarching point, is actually a principle from design, and that principle is the white space to text ratio. Generally, what that means is that you need to, when constructing your notes, have a very large amount of white space to the amount of text that you have. And the reason is that your eyes will get actually tired from reading large amounts of text on a page. So as a result, what you need to do is, when you make your notes, don't try to cram everything in a page. Don't have large chunks of text, because the problem is that it's simply not going to help you learn, and it's going to be difficult for you to study from. So make sure that you've got lots of white space, and reduce any of the fat paragraphs that you've got into very small sentences, or multiple paragraphs or points, so that you've got more white space to allow the page and the text to breathe, to make it easier for you to actually take in the information. Secondly, you should also make a point of using colour in your notes. Studies have actually been done where individuals have been exposed to different colours, particularly associated with memory, and what they've found is it actually engages different areas of your brain. So using colour will actually help you memorise the information in your study notes. So use colour, to maybe identify with certain points or certain types of information in your notes. For example, you might use the colour red for definitions. You might use the colour blue for theory. You might use the colour green for case studies, and you might use the colour green for possible questions. So use colour for different things in your notes so that you can associate colour with content, because it'll help you learn and memorise the information. Additionally, you should make a point of using lots of headings. Use lots of dot points and listings. One of the key things that came out of a lot of my research with top students is that they found using dot points and lists as a form of structuring notes was a highly effective way to study and actually to really boost memory retention. So make sure that if you're providing lots of information on a page, break it up and use lists. It's nice and simple. The final and overarching point is, at a minimum, make sure that you use small paragraphs. That's probably the most common mistake and the most detrimental mistake to make when constructing your study notes. So, overall, the little test that you should use is you need to be able to look at your notes and ask yourself, look, does it look pretty? The reality is that if it's prettier, it's going to be easier for you to read, and you're going to be actually able to study for longer with less effort. Because if it's a mess, you're going to spend more time trying to work out what's in your notes, as opposed to actually focus on what you need to learn. So make sure, are your notes easy to read, and can you study from them for a fair amount of time without getting tired? If that's the case, you know that you've formatted your notes correctly. If you have any questions about formatting your notes, pop a comment below or shoot me an email, and I'll make a point of addressing it in a future video. Make sure you subscribe for future updates. Over the next year, we'll be having over 300 video updates, which will include interviews with many of Australia's top performing students who will discuss how they studied and excelled academically. Until next time, cheers.